Alright, great to see you here. Finally, we caught you and sobrang excited kami kasi grabe pala yung scale nitong Manila's Finest.
Sobra.
You've done so much, but how was this for you?
Actually, walking on the set every time just makes me stop kasi sobrang galing ng production design din. Tapos the working condition is so easy, it's so light, pero at the same time, alam mo kung gaano kalaki or kabigat yung kinikwento nyo. A lot of people had been asking me, pinagbibiro sa akin, ikaw ba si Lim? Ito ba yung time nila praying? Ganyan, sabi ko, hindi at oo. This is not during their time, this is a little bit ahead of them, I think. And as much as we have created fictional characters, I believe it is a true story, no? True story in the part of our history na hindi lang siguro natin magawang pangalanan or bigyan ng linaw kung sino-sino yung mga characters na pinortray talaga namin. Pero
You're mirroring people.
it's very much a story of the policemen during that time, between 69 to 71.
Your role here, just a little bit of refresher.
Ako si Severino Meneses. Hindi tactless eh. Wala lang siyang filter talaga. So, he says what's on top of mind. Tapos, wala siyang preno. Ang gusto ko dun sa mga characters na pinortray namin, wala silang compromise eh. Meron on some areas. Pero pagdating sa prinsipyo, teka muna.
What was your process to get into the decade of the 60s?
I grew up with the silent generation, my grandparents. No? They're of that generation. Tapos, syempre, boomers yung parents ko. So, just remembering how they were, how they carry themselves, paano sila mag-behave in front of other people, paano sila makihalubilo, gave me an idea of how machismo back then was not machismo eh. Yun lang talaga, lalaki lang talaga eh. Diba? Lalaki talaga at babae talaga eh. So, medyo may recall in a sense yung paano ba yung mga matatandang tao nung bata ako, yung gano'n.
Wow. Yun nga, no, para, why is it so important to tell this story today? Lalo na sa iba't ibang generation na manonood ng elementary.
Sa tingin ko, kailangan nilang makita na kahit na nagbabago yung panahon, may mga nababagong trends, technology, advancement, development, whatever. Masaklap na kinakaharap pa rin natin yung mga pamilyar na problema. Diba? Na parang hindi tayo sa hindi natuto eh. Wala tayong ginawa. Wala tayong ginawa.
Sakit.
Diba? Yun ang masaklap doon eh.
You're gonna show that?
Oo eh. Parang masyado tayong subservient as a nation. Walang masama sa pagpapakumbaba at sa kababaan ng loob. Pero pagka yung nakita mong naaalipusta yung kapwa mo, yun may mali. Diba? Doon may mali. Dapat magsalita ka o tumindig ka. Yun naman.
How was Raymond Red as a director?
He's probably the most humble of all that I have met. No, I've had the privilege and blessing of working with a lot of great directors and wala naman akong kumbaga salitang kanto, wala kang itatapon sa kanila eh. Lahat sila magaling, mabait, mahusay. Pero si Direk Raymond, so iba yung level ng katahimikan niya sa set eh. Iba yung level nung pagiging anino niya sa set. While a lot of directors like to and he works hands-on, no? Pero hindi siya umaasta. I don't know how other people would take this, pero hindi siya umaastang direktor. Kasabay mo siya sa pagkikwento ng storya, nung eksena. And he does it in a way na sobrang tropa. Hindi komportableng tropa, pero yung ikaw pa yung sasabayan niya.
Wow. It was funny because I saw him post, sabi niya, hindi pa raw siya pinapasok sa sarili niyang press con. Akala na,
walang ID.
Wala daw ticket.
Kasi ganun siya kasimple. Kumbaga, he's not going to dress up. He's going to dress up in a way that he's most comfortable. He's going to behave in a way where he's comfortable. And I admire that about him. At the end of the day, gusto ko yung binanggit ng isang kaibigan ko, sabi niya gano'n, pagka naman nagsama-sama tayo sa loob ng isang bulwagan, siya lang ang may pandior sa ating lahat eh. So okay pa rin, di ba?
Gusto si Piolo sa movie.
Piolo naman is a hardworking guy. He's a Need I say it? Talented actor. So, wala ka ring masasabi. He's very easy to work with. I've known him since That's Entertainment. So, madali din.
May scenes ka kami actually.
Wala. Hindi kami. Well, there's one. Nakita kami sa eksena, pero wala talagang interaction masyado.
Pwede mo humingi ng parang kung pwede mo ma-advise mo. Kasi actually it belongs to a very popular love team ngayon.
Oh, okay.
Saka marami ding kasabay ngayon sa MMFF na featuring
Love teams.
someone na, di ba?
Galing kay Cheryl.
Oo
Galing
naman,
sa-
nalala
Wala. Siguro, in general, hindi lang sa love team. No? But for younger actors and actresses,
have this, staying power na.
you have to be yourself. Di ba? Hindi pwedeng, dahil may ka-love team ako, dapat ganito ako. Dapat ang dating ko, ganyan. Dapat, hindi. Kasi hindi yun magiging congruent habang tumatanda ka. So, yun lang. Just be honest. Just be yourself. And remember to treat each other with respect. Lalo na sa love team. Kasi, kahit maging totoo man sa totoong buhay o hindi, kailangan nyo i-respeto isa't isa. Kailangan nyo ipakita doon sa mga humahanga sa inyo na pinangalagaan nyo yung kasama.
Nag-throwback kwentuhan pa ba kayo ni PJ, ni Piolo, sa That's Entertainment days ninyo? Saka ano yung naging kaibahan niya nung nakilala mo siya noon, saka ngayon?
Sa tingin ko, pareho din ng pagkakaiba ko noon saka sa ngayon. I mean, di ba, nung time na yun sa That's Entertainment, mga teenagers kami. And you know, teenagers are always excited about life. Anong nangyayari bukas? Anong gagawin natin next week? Di ba? Ganyan naman eh. Pero yung stage ng buhay namin yun, pare-pareho kaming magulang. Pare-pareho kaming tatay. So medyo mas seryoso ng konti. And I guess, madalang yun yung for guys to go back and say, uy, nung mga bata tayo. Unless sobrang tropa kayo, di ba? Yung sobrang barkada kayo talaga. So with us, it's really more of discovering then how we have grown up as well, I guess. Di ba? Yung nakikita namin. Tapos pagka gumagawa kami eksena. But what's great about the entire team, pag ginagawa namin yung eksena at pinapanood namin yung isa't isa, nagkakatulungan kami in the sense, hindi, ganito. Nagkukulita kami, tapos tatawanan na kami, tapos seryoso sa scene.
Tuloy-tuloy ang rehearsal sa podcast.
So, About Us But Not About Us, which is going to launch on February next year.
So, kamusta yung rehearsal na yun?
Sobrang
Mas
exciting.
mahirap pa ngayon compared sa movie nung ginawa niyo.
Siguro mahirap siya in a sense kasi ako bilang ginawa ko yung same role doon sa pelikula, ayokong eksaktong yun ang mapanood nyo. Diba? So kailangan ko siyang baguhin ng konti and timplahin for stage. Kasi iba din yung, I mean, we had the help of the camera during the film. Nakakapag-close up siya, nakikita yung small nuances na ginagawa namin sa mata, sa bibig, or sa ano man. Pero sa entablado, iba yun eh.
Lalakihan mo yun.
Lalakihan mo eh. Hindi mo naman pwedeng gano'n yung mukha mo sa entablado. So, gagamitin mo yung katawan mo in a different way. And that's, to me, a little more exciting kasi iba yung sa body language, depende sa experiences natin, iba-iba rin tayo ng base. Iba-iba tayo
May
ng base.
mga bago, mga madalagdag.
Iba ang director, tapos kasama si Eddie.
Maraming bago. In fact, I think matutuwa ang mga tao to find out na mabubuhay si Marcus. Merong gaganap sa papel ni Marcus nang hindi kami ni Elijah yung gagawa. And I think that brings a very different dynamic also.
Paano yung daring scenes?